the U.S. Secaucus, right? Weird names. Walmart's snazzier look is part of a broader effort to sell more discretionary items like jeans, lipsticks, and baby strollers that usually carry a higher profit margin than groceries. Have y'all seen the profit margin on groceries lately? Pretty sure yesterday's video talking about Cal Maine literally 10xing their profit over the last year with the inflation of eggs lets you know that there is still a very high profit to be made on the groceries that we are buying that they are selling. Let's see. Last summer, Walmart tested the sleeker model at one of its big box stores in Springdale, Arkansas, which is a close drive to its corporate
Shorts.
headquarters. There we go.
So all these moon videos are shorts. You got fake ass satellite footage that nobody ever thinks of. It's so ridiculous. I mean, I'm not even gonna waste my fucking time, really, to be honest, because I'm already getting aggravated just looking at these videos. All fakery, all CGI, all these videos. Why would you have a satellite in outer space, billions of dollars spent on a satellite with cameras on it just so you could show other satellites? None of it ever makes sense. JW Astronomy, he's fucking lost. He's in La La Land. I remember him from other series that I had done. So I'm gonna just go ahead and go in on some of these moons and collect the imagery from them. But I'm not. I don't know if I want to be bothered with shorts though to go in there. These are. I can see the imagery right here in this one here, really well. So I'm tempted to go in there, but I'm gonna wait for somebody with a full moon, and maybe somebody more realistic. Let's see what's the also shorts. This is be a good one because I can see all this very clearly. It looks like it's done with an older camera or something. We're gonna see what was it? 1 minute and 35 seconds. Another one. Oh my god. All right.
Elvis Washington, Walmart's Vice President of Marketing, Store Design, Innovation, and Experience, got a lot of things you got to work on there, said it was time to bring the look to other markets after getting positive feedback in Arkansas. Question though, why is it Kansas and Arkansas and not Kansas and Arkansas? It's always bothered me. Why
Oh
are they
come
pronounced
on. You don't
differently? It
even
should
have a
be
moon.
Arkansas.
All right. Here we
Anyway,
go.
in company surveys, he said nearly every shopper said the store's displays and mannequins encourage them to browse longer. Great, but did it encourage them to spend more money? Isn't that the whole point behind it? Like you're doing this so they'll spend more money, not walk around your store longer? But in theory, if you walk around a store longer, you will end up spending more money. The longer you are in a location, the more likely you are to spend money at that location. Keep that in mind. If you go into Walmart, Target, Publix, Dollar Tree, wherever, with a list and a plan, you are better prepared to not overspend and not.
Okay, Richard. I'm gonna try to bring you in on a couple specific images. Now the camera is just only set up in front of the computer. Use your phone camera as a viewing device, so you can use the screen. I'm gonna close it up a little bit so I have a full circle. Right? You know how much I hate circles by now, but I'm gonna do this anyways. Okay. So as we're looking around in here, one of the ways to remember and memorize where images are and where you're at in here, there's of course certain locations, right? There's the seashell. There's certain craters that are larger than others, but for the most part, just remember all this shadowing. See all the darker areas, the shadowing, and then over here where they call the Sea of Tranquility, it looks a little, whiter and brighter over there. Now I have a green filter on there. I'll take it off for a moment while I explain this. Because I'll try to explain it now and I won't have to keep explaining as I go along. Now I'm doing 360s with this moon, and I'm explaining to you that everything is about angles and distances of perspective. So I can close it in more and go in and get deeper imagery and layers, what I call layers, because that's why I say distances, and angles and distances of perspective, because your distance is going to make a difference too. The reason why I'm stopping right here, and this guy also uses a standard telescope, is because there happens to be a large image of a bald guy in here. He's got a beard and everything like that, but I'm gonna bring you into him. He's got an eye here and the other eye's over here, and I'll bring you into him. Now I can get him in a lot of different angles and get him really good for you. But he's got sideburns and one angle. There's other angles where he has less facial hair and his head gets skinnier. And I'm saying that because you're bald too. I seen you got the Bald Explorer on your channel. So this is going to be very interesting to you when I start pulling these in for you. And I'm just pointing them out now. Again, when I get to my own videos, I will be able to show them to you much more clearly. And then when we go to photographs too, I'll be able to show them to you more clearly.
Especially in today's economy. Make your list. Don't go to the grocery store hungry, because we all know we're going to walk out of there with Oreos and marshmallows and chips and crackers and crap we don't need. And don't go shopping right after you get your paycheck thinking to yourself, money to spend, because then you'll spend your money. Go in there when you're slightly broke with a list so that you know you will stick to it and make smart financial choices. That's just my tip of the day, squirrels. This says they appreciate the fact that we're still true to who we are as Walmart.
Okay, I got interrupted, so I'm going to try to continue on here with this bald guy image that I'm telling you about. The Bald Explorer. Okay, so there's another one. Another bald guy this way. This one maybe Richard you'll like even more. So eye, nose, mouth right here, beard. Again, the sideburns. You can see his ear here. You can see the sideburns go up this way, and his hair goes around this way, around his ear. But then his head is bald. He's got an eye here. I'll get it in clear for you in a minute. I'm going to let this moon come into... Again, I'm taking advantage of the lights and shadows, lights and shadows. So again, eye here, nose down here, lips, beard. And then when I come around the other way, he's got sideburns that come up this way as well. All thousands of images right in here that I could show you just at this distance, but I don't want to keep confusing your eyes. So I'm just giving you that bald guy. So here comes the high-drawn cropper. I'm going to try to work some lights and shadows in there. There you go. So you can see him better. I'm trying to stay right here on his hairline, because he's got that beard and hair going up by his ear. Okay. I'm gonna come past his hair and ear line to give you a little more detail of his face, pulling the lights and shadows in. And now I'm gonna come up to his left eye and try to do the same thing for you so you can see him. What I'm doing when I'm doing that is I'm pulling the shadow in for his right eye to be more clear. And you know, Richard, it's kind of funny because if you look at this one particular image in the moon, I'll let you decide on that left eye. Look at his left eye. I mean, you don't have a beard or anything like that, and I'm not saying can't compare all bald people or anything like that. I'm just trying to gain some interest so that you gain some interest in what I'm doing. But I was just saying the other day, there's millions of me out there. This is not my image. The work that makes up our bio shells was stolen from the true creator's work, and the false creator built the bio system using the true creator's work. So the credit for our images, the images that make up us, really should go to the true creator, the full credit, you know.
Great prices. But then we also now have these new brands that are actually showcasing in inspirational ways. According to everybody I've talked to, they have not been true to Walmart since the founder died, if I'm correct. And y'all correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's what most people think. But now you're going to go in there and see these lovely displays in the maternity department? No, the baby department when you walk into Walmart. And you have to think to yourself, you know it's not free? Renovations, just in case you're curious, um, for an economy that a lot of people say is tanking, which it is in some aspects, and for businesses that are really getting rid of a lot of employees because they need to save money, they sure are turning around and spending a lot of it inside the store for things that, honest to goodness, don't matter, like a setup of a rocking chair with some baby clothes and some whatever else. Like, I don't really care if you put a mannequin up and put some clothes on it. I can go use the fitting room. I don't look like a mannequin anyway. When was the last time you ever saw a mannequin that was shaped like you were? I'll wait. Yeah, never. Never in life have you seen a mannequin shaped like you. So using mannequins to, put it on the clothes, it doesn't make sense to me. All I know is all these things that Walmart is doing cost a lot of money to do. And they're getting that money by getting rid of employees, who I would prefer to have employees over AI, and raising the prices on the things that you're buying. So yeah, they're doing this for us. So we have a better shopping experience. But y'all, it all comes down to money. They take our money, they get rid of our jobs, they spend our money to make themselves look better so that hopefully we'll come in there and spend even more money with them so they make even more money. Okay, so just so you know, that's my thought on this. So this, I want to show you this picture of Walmart's makeup section. Look how pretty and clean and shiny and non-security censored that area is. This feels like smoke up my butt, smoke and mirrors. So this says that in the fourth quarter, hold on, where are we? I lost myself. Hold on one second. This guy Washington declined to share data about Walmart's store traffic and sales at its Springdale store and other flagships that have opened in the recent months. Yet its new store design appears to resonate with shoppers, according to data from Placer.ai, an analytics firm that uses oh god, I can't say these kind of words. Anonymized data from mobile devices to estimate overall visits to locations. Wait, anonymized data from mobile devices to estimate overall visits to locations. I need to understand what that means, because from reading that, does that mean that, like, when you walk into the place, because you have a cell phone, it can automatically, like, ping it and know how many people have walked in without you giving it permission? Because, y'all, that's what I hear from that. According to data from Placer.ai, an analytics firm that uses anonymized data from mobile devices to estimate overall visits to locations, where it's pinging off of stuff. I don't like that. Visits to a Walmart store in Springdale, Arkansas, the original prototype, have been much higher than what an average Walmart or Target location receives. In the fourth quarter, the store received 31.2% more visits than the average Walmart received during that period. Well, you've also closed down a few Walmarts, so take that into consideration. Is it because you closed down ones within a drivable distance, so people had to go to that one? 31% more people had to drive to that one? It received 66.6. I'm just going to let y'all think about that number right there. More visits than the average Target received during that time. Well, is the average Target 2 hours away? Like, yeah, you can make anything sound good with statistics if you don't give, like, the full background to statistics. Just FYI. 100% of the time I'm right, except for there's other 100% of the time I'm wrong. Like, you can say anything you want with statistics. Where's proof? Prove it. So, let's see. So he feels higher quality clothing, blah, blah. Okay, that's the end of that. Look, I just wanted to let you know that, to me, that is crazy. All of it. They're doing a lot with the money that we spend there that doesn't really help us. I would much rather you not renovate your store and not make all these, like, pretty displays, and instead, I don't know, pull back on pricing a little bit so that when you go into the grocery store, you don't have to decide between bread and milk that day, because you can actually afford both of them because they're not priced stupidly high. That would be my preference. That's just me. I'm just saying. Oh, so then I tried to pull up, y'all. I tried to pull up Walmart's profits. When I tell you I don't know how to read their profits, I'm not lying. I'm not a dumb female at all. But sometimes the way things are phrased is very difficult for me to understand when it comes to how businesses want to make it difficult for you to really see what is happening with their profits and margins and stuff like that. And that's how I feel Walmart's doing. Their new stuff is up for the last quarter of last year, but I don't know how to read it. Total revenue was 152.8 billion, up 8.7%, or 9.8% in constant currency.
Okay, so because this guy just zoomed in, right? He changed our angles and distances of perspective by doing that. So that works out in our favor. So now we can go in on some of these other images that are in here. So here's that same guy that I was trying to give you, the bald guy. His eye's still here. His eye is still here. This is his nose. This is his mouth. But of course, we got glare going on, so we lost all of his facial hair and all that. But now that we're over here, now that we're in, that's okay. Different angles and distances of perspective. So I'm going to give you this one now. The head is right here. It's a full body image. The face is right here. I'm going to go in on it in a minute. Shoulder, shoulder, which at a different angle, these will come out more shoulders. Arm coming down this way. The other arm comes down this way. Two sets of breasts, a female image. She got these high risers and then the low riders. She's got this set up here, and then she's got two breasts that come down this way at another angle. I'll give you both of those angles in a minute if I can get them on this image. It's a little bit light and everything like that, and I don't want to pull in all the faces because again, it's face within face within face. So this face right here, which is eye, nose, and mouth of this big smiley face guy right here, I'll bring in on him. But keep in mind when I show you that face, that it also works as the torso of this large body image, because here's the legs that come down this way, and she even has a foot down here, and she looks like, I don't even want to say, just admire it, look at it, enjoy it. When I bring you in on this, I'm going to take the camera off the tripod while we're looking around, but look at this eye looking down at you. That's the same bald guy that I was showing you from out here. He just zoomed in, so I just pointing that out, that yes, even though the image has changed, the body parts, the facial features get used for other images because it's image within image within image from the veil to the ground. And by showing you the torso and then the bottom half also being faces, I'm going to try to give you some explanation for what I'm saying about how the false creator / creator had used the true creator's work in order to do the bio build, because the true creator's work is all one. The true creator's work is all one. There's no division anywhere, and no division happens until you get to the false creator's work. And so that's one part of the evidence. And then you might ask yourself, well, how do you get bodies in the bio system out of a faces? And this is how. Shoulders, breasts, belly buttons, all these things, vaginas and penises, they're going to be showing up as face within face within face. So then you say to yourself, okay, well, I can maybe go with you on the torso because you can use shoulders as eyes. You can use nipples and chest as eyes. And that's exactly what's happening here. If you watch the builders work and you watch it all work, you'll see this. Okay, so now that I gave you that image, and I'm going to bring you in on these really good in a minute. Just give me a minute. So I'm going to bring you down to the next one. Eye, nose, and mouth of that image. There's another one right there. Then you come down even further to the leg area and you say, well, gee, out of limbs, how do you get it? Well, the knees, the hips, the knees, all these things. Look for the features because look, eye, nose, and mouth down here. So I'll show you all these right now, and give me a minute while we listen to her talk some more.
What the hell does that mean? Walmart U.S. Q3 comp sales grew 8.2% and 17.4% on a 2-year stack. What?
Okay.
Continue to gain market share in grocery. Walmart
So
U.S. e-commerce grew 16%
face.
and 24% on a 2-year stack. What? Like, what?
By the way, smiley face, I used to call him the Joker. He's got two different, many different things, but I'll just point out a few of them. So one set of eyes, eye, using that nose and that mouth. Now you can get so much detail out of it. You can see the broken tooth. He's got an upper tooth that's broken. And then he's got, you can see his chin and everything. Let me get my pointer in here. You can see his chin and everything layout. You can see his hairline. And I can get his perfect angle that he's got a good angle for, okay? Now, he's got other sets of eyes. The other dark spots that are under his eyes here will work out to be another set of eyes in another direction. Let me try to get him. There you go. There he is. So now that one is going to work out for those eyes. Same nose, same mouth, but now the teeth are not broken in this one. The teeth are all the way around. But yet if I come up for this one, got a broken front tooth. That's how much detail. The detail is unbelievable, right? Okay, so I'm going to bring you out to give you his torso. So I'm going to bring you out here. I just pulled my camera out a little bit because remember the guy doing this moon video, Celestron, whatever the hell that is, Next Star, whatever. Okay, so anyways, back out here. I'm going to bring my top of my camera down to his eyes, to the set of eyes that I'm looking for. And I'm going to stop it right around here on the hairline because I don't want you pulling in all this imagery that's up here and pulling it into the image that I'm trying to crop for you, right? So maybe even if I do this, I'm better off, right? So I'm coming here because this is what I'm looking now. What it looks like here, again, inanimate object I'm going to point out, so be ready. So eye, sunglasses on the nose, glasses on the nose of that same face. Teeth all busted up, looking right here. Okay. Now his body, image within image within image from the veil to the ground. Okay, so I'm gonna bring it back, get his eyes again, get his eyes. Okay, now his chest, stomach area of that image. Okay, now in that same area, in that same buildup, now that chest area of that face works as the legs for this image here that's standing up and looking down on us from way up there. The other images I was pointing out when I had the camera on there are eye, nose, and mouth of that image. I'm sorry. Hold on. Right, stick. Okay, eye, nose, and mouth of that image there, right? I'll bring the cropper into it in a minute as well. But right now what I'm doing is I'm just taking advantage of the top of the camera and dropping it on his hairline. Because you see his hair right here, his forehead and everything. So there you go. You have that face there. Now I'm going to come down for the other one that I was trying to point out to you in the legs and in the face. So here's the right leg. Eye, nose, and mouth of that one. Okay, I can come around this way and I can get this one as well. Actually, yeah, I won't get into birds yet, but there are a few what look like could possibly be birds also in the moon. Very few, but if other people were looking and involved, then okay. So this is the other one I wanted to get on the legs is over here. So eye, nose, and mouth, and then there's another one right below it. Eye, nose, and mouth. Eye, nose, and mouth. They all work as all the body parts as you work your way all the way down to the feet and everything like that, because this ends up being. So here, I'm going to come back out again. Boom, there we go. And there she is. Now, again, looking at her entire body from her legs up there, and you're looking at her like this, right? So now stay focused on her shoulders, her big puffy shoulders for some reason. I don't know why they're puffy, but let's go in and I'll show you the faces on it because it looks like I could probably get this one pretty good. Yeah, I can. Okay, so her face, where am I stick? Her face ends up being in the middle here. When you're looking up, I'm going for a different angle because I'm going up here to grab all this stuff. So I'm like going way in and I'm going up. So if I come back out here, I'll get her to look like the image that I'm looking for again. So I have to bring my angles back. But for the detail of her shoulders, I want to be able to go right in. And this is one of the ones that may be a possible bird because it's got this going on the head. And I never can really. Where is it? Right there. Somewhere right there. So if I use this as the beak, then these other faces down here work as a bird-shaped body that I don't know if I've seen in a movie or in a book somewhere. And then this on the top of its head with this thing here, it just seems like I've seen that bird somewhere. but I don't know. I'm not that good at identifying um, animals, but I don't know. We'll see what happens with that later. Okay, back to her again. When I bring this up and down, I'm gonna get these two different sets of breasts. She got the high ones, high riders, and then the low riders. Um, these other faces that make up her shoulders. So I make sure I don't press the play button. Um, I can go back and forth with the camera. Now, also, right above her head, there's the Sea of Tranquility up here. This is the Sea of Tranquility. The imagery is banging. I can make thousands of hours of moon videos if that was the only thing that I had to tell you guys about. All right, so some more body imagery along with this face right here has some body imagery. There's another face in here that I'm still missing. I got to get its angle that also has more body imagery in this one as well, which is pretty cool because it's like scenes. They're like scenes type of thing. But I'm going to come over here, show you these, and then we'll move on. Yeah, because I'm not even going to pull the crapper in. Because, I mean, these moon videos really suck. When I get over to my moon videos and stuff, I mean, once in a while I get lucky and I find someone doing a good moon video, but most of these are really sucky. They're blurry. They're not CGI. They're not, this one isn't anyways. Um, you know, I hate that when they do that too. They put photos in a black background and put the photos through on a CGI, whatever photoshopping type platform. And why would you do that when you could just do it? And then the short videos, 1.5 minutes, 1 minute 30 seconds of looking at the moon. I mean, it's really ridiculous. It really
So
is.
I'm guessing that means that this year it was 16%, but next year they're thinking it'll be 24%. That's how I read it. I don't know. All I know is their total revenue is $152.8 billion. That's what I got in the U.S. In the U.S., $152.8 billion. Do I know what their profits were? No. Do I know what their overhead was? No. I just know that they made a lot of money, or revenue-wise, they made a lot of money. Doesn't mean that they profited a lot, but I'm pretty sure there's been some profit for Walmart. Just FYI.
So this is not his photo either.
Oh man.
So this photo that he's got at the beginning of his video is not the photo from his camera. I don't know where it's from, but look at the difference in the clarity. He took this photo from some either online or something like that, and it's an old photo. It was taken with an old camera. It's not even taken with a digital camera. It was transferred from analog camera to a digital camera. The imagery's banging. It's the real picture of the moon and everything like that, but it's much better than what the video he just played for 1 minute and 30 seconds. As a matter of fact, if there was a way to save this exact photo, I would use it, but I need to be able to do 360s with it, so I'd have to save it to my photos. But his photo that he has here that he took from someone else is better than his whole fucking 1 minute and 30 second video.
There's a lot. There's just a lot going on. And with the whole AI thing, it's like a double-edged sword. Yes, you want to make things easier for yourselves. You want it to be quicker. Like, I'm on a time crunch. I need in and out, in and out. I don't want to have to deal with people some days. Some days I don't want to talk to anybody because I'm not in that kind of mood, and I don't want to let my mood affect that person. But then you have to also stop and think, these things are being shown to us as a positive, as a good thing. Look how pretty this store is going to be. Look at all these cameras everywhere. Look at all these sensors everywhere. Look at all these robots everywhere. That starts to terrify me. I'm not going to lie. I would much rather it be, okay, there's like a camera over there to make sure nobody's getting shanked.
Okay, I'm going to try to give you this one too while I'm screwing around. I'm going to have to take the camera off again to go to you, and I'm going to have to crop them, but I'll just point them out before I start in. So keep an eye on this face right here. There's the seashell, by the way. The seashell's right here, but this is how he's used in this direction. All these different things here, okay? So eye here, nose here, mouth here. Okay, I'm going to grab them down like this. Okay, he's got a shoulder that comes over this way. He's got another shoulder that comes over this way. Yes, they're faces, but I'm going to get you his angle. You only have the bottom half. I think I can get him up to his stomach. and then that's it. Barrel chest. But look around his neck here and see this chain that appears to be, again, an inanimate object. There are other faces. I've been in on them all. Of course, it's face within face within face. But again, I'm trying to point out how body imagery, how did the false creator slash creator even begin the bio build if he only had faces to use? How did he know to make legs to walk and arms to lift and all that kind of stuff? All right, so I want to pull the camera off here for a minute because I want to go for this angle here on this one.
In the parking lot, and there's like a sensor over there to make sure you're not running out with all the food and whatever else. But I don't want there to be places where no humans work. What happens to those humans? What happens to all these jobs that are being taken away from people and given to technology? Like, yes, then they're like, well, you have to have the people to build the technology. Cool, but y'all, not everybody has that brain power. Like, my husband will see something one way and I see it a completely different way, and it literally will hurt my brain trying to see it his way because we don't look at things the same way. And not everybody can turn around and go, oh, well, I was going to work at, Walmart in customer service because I enjoy working with people. I really wanted to help people find the things they needed, but instead I need to figure out how to go to school and spend this ridiculous amount of money to get some sort of technological degree so that I can then go work on the robots instead. What happens to those people who are not cut out for that? One, who cannot afford to go to school for that. Two, who do not have the mental capacity for it. And you can say anybody can do anything. Cool. Not always true, y'all. Not always true. If that was the case, I would be a brain surgeon making money out the wazoo right now. I don't have that capacity. I know I don't. I know my limitations. And people will say, well, you shouldn't place limitations on yourself. I didn't do it. My brain did it. Like, I don't know what to tell you there. I didn't do it to myself. It was done to myself. There's just certain things that will not make sense to me, and therefore I don't want to do those as jobs. I don't want to be the general attorney. I don't want to be a surgeon. I don't want to scuba dive for a living. Do I love the water? Yes. Am I terrified of being enclosed in water deep down? Yes. Therefore, a scuba instructor, not going to work for me. Panic attack and death underwater is not how I want to go out. So I'm just saying, the more jobs we take away from people and the more AI or technology, robots and stuff that we bring in, the less ability we have for people to have jobs in general, because not everybody is built to work.
Just point out, here's the bald guy again. His right eye, left eye, nose, mouth, sideburns, ear.
Silver
From a different
lining,
angle.
though. We could just make our own little community of whatever and have our own stuff, and we'll just be like from The Walking Dead with our little Alexandria community, minus the zombies and the killing each other. So that's my other thought. There's a backup plan. So that's all. I love you guys. Have a very good Tuesday, my dudes and dudettes. Squirrel Tribe. Oh, this is the one somebody asked about the shirt. I don't know if you can see it. This is my look. Intelligence-enabled cameras, interactive displays, and a massive data center. This store suggests a retail future that seems like science fiction, because that's what we all want, right? To live in science fiction. But this store isn't just a shiny new project equipped with tech for the sake of tech. It's a unique real-world shopping environment designed to explore the possibilities artificial intelligence can contribute to the store experience. It's Walmart's new Intelligent Retail Lab, or IRL for short. Now, this guy here, Mike Hanrahan, however you want to say his name, he's the genius behind this, okay? It says, while the application of AI in e-commerce is now table stakes, there haven't been many physical explorations of its potential, but IRL is designed to do just that. Now, Walmart's tech incubator, store number 8 was how they called it, has positioned the store within one of the company's busiest locations. Testing new innovative ideas within a real store containing over 30,000 items is an opportunity that Mike Hanrahan.
Okay, so I only got a few minutes left of this video, so I'll just show you this, because it was on the other moon, and I was talking about it. The other moon video. Alright, so again to that female body image. Cone titty, shoulder coming down this way with her arm holding her tail. She's got one leg this way, her waistline. These are her small little mosquito bite boobies that she's got. up here at her neck. She's looking over her right shoulder. Here's her face, eye, nose, and mouth right here. Here's her hairline. Her hair is blowing all back this way, flowing back as you get there. Okay, so I'm going to get you her on a lot of different angles, and I'll show you on a lot of different moon videos and photographs. And in fact, the last moon video that I was playing, you had a one of the timelines was being cropped out, and what I was saying was she's one of the images that's not a full image. In other words, her hair is missing, and then in another timeline, because see, these are the timelines. They're all over the moon. You see all these lines everywhere? These are timelines. So as the moon's coming around in a clockwise rotation around in our sky, every time you have a moon crescent, again, terminology, we got to come up with new terminology because they're not moon shadows. So that's why I'm calling them timelines. So whenever one of these timelines is covered, what it's doing is it's cropping out certain images. It's pulling images out as the moon is crescenting, and it's telling us things, and we're not paying attention to it. No one's looking. No one wants to see it for what it is. So therefore, if we're not paying attention to the false creator/creators timelines, that's fucking stupid. We should all be able to look and see everything for what it is. It's ridiculous.
Him, CEO of IRL, finds exhilarating. He says here, we've got 50,000 square feet of real retail space. The scope of what we can do operationally is so exciting. Technology enables us to understand so much more in real time about our business. When you combine all the information we're gathering in IRL with the Walmart's 50 plus years of expertise running in stores, you can create really powerful experiences that improve the lives of both our customers and associates. Here's where it gets freaky to me. I want to just show you a picture of this. So you see this is like data computers, okay? IRL is set up to gather information about what's happening inside the store through an impressive array of sensors, cameras, and processors. All this hardware is connected by enough cabling to scale Mount Everest 5 times and enough processing power to download 3 years worth of music, which is 27,000 hours each second. Each second. I need you to understand how incredibly, technically impressive that is when it comes to technology, but also how incredibly scary that is when it comes to technology. So according to Hanrahan, according to Mr. H, because I still don't know how to say his name, the first thing this equipment will help the team focus on is product inventory and availability. In short, the team will use real-time information to explore efficiencies that will allow associates to know precisely when to restock products so items are available on shelves when they're needed. Now, y'all, customers can be confident about products being there, about the freshness of produce and meat. Those are the types of things that AI can really help with. So here's the thing. When you go shopping for a week, you want the products you buy to be in stock when you get to the store. In IRL, a combination of cameras and real-time analytics will automatically trigger out-of-stock notifications to internal apps that alert associates when to restock. It sounds simple, but it means the store has to automatically, 1, detect the product on the shelf, 2, recognize the specific product, meaning decipher the differences between 1 pound of ground beef and 2 pounds of ground beef, and then compare the quantities on the shelf to the upcoming sales demand. Now watch this little video that they have playing. So you've got a guy here, he gets the thing, right? See the lady, 1, none of the stores that big with that much meat on the shelves. But you can see here what it's trying to show you is that once somebody comes through and they pick one up, it's going to trigger a sensor that says, hey, there's nothing here. And it's going to send this gentleman an alert that he needs to go into the back, get that specific cut of meat, that specific weight of meat to bring it back out to put in that specific spot on the shelves. Now, the result is that associates won't have to continually comb the store to replace products running low on the shelves, which is good, right? You're not wasting time just walking around looking for holes so they can go in the back, pick them up, bring them out, whatever. They'll know what to bring out the back room before customers show up. With the technology in IRL, customers can trust that products they need will be available during the times they shop. Now, here's the thing. You can't be overly enamored with the shiny object element of AI, Hanrahan continued. There are a lot of shiny objects out there that are doing things we think are unrealistic to scale and probably long term not beneficial to the consumer. So, before jumping to more futuristic concepts, the IRL team is starting with real practical solutions like the meat inventory example, as well as others like making sure shopping carts are available and registers are open. They've already lied there because they have like 2 registers in the entire Walmart if you go to any of them now. But this is the
That's
other
true.
thing. So, they're going to have these things, these, I don't even know what to call this, in the middle of the stores where you can walk up and do all kinds of looking. What is this? So the staples you'd expect in a Walmart neighborhood market: associates, cash registers, and shelves with thousands of products. There are also features that stick out right away, such as a glass encased data center bathed in blue glow. The idea of a live shopping environment infused with AI is exciting, but it also raises questions about all the visible technology. This was a key consideration for the team while designing IRL, and the store includes multiple information stations for customers to visit to understand exactly how AI makes the store tick. So they've turned it into this learn as you go, learn as you shop experience. So they put these data centers in the middle so that you feel more like you are learning and you're in control of what's happening, less like you're being watched by thousands and thousands of cameras watching your every single move. Also, with all these sensors that are tracking every single thing that is picked up from every single location of the store, what is put down in the wrong spot. Like, it's a lot, y'all. Makes you think of the new Amazon grocery store, the one that I think it's in the UK where they actually have one now, where there's literally no employees whatsoever in it. You go to the front, you scan your Amazon Prime app, and it lets you, or your Amazon app, and it lets you into the store. You have to go through like a little barrier, lets you into the store. There's not a single person that works in there. So I wonder how it gets restocked. I'm gonna have to assume robots at this point because nobody has mentioned that part, how it gets restocked. But then you go through and whatever you pick up off the shelf, when you walk out, it like scans it and then emails you a receipt. Which is, some people are like, oh my gosh, that's so convenient. You don't have to stand in line. You don't have to use a bag. Well, I mean, you need a bag probably, but you don't have to wait for a cashier, blah, 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 blah. They look at it as convenient, and I look at it as the downfall of humanity as we know it, because you no longer have to interact with people when you go out to shop. So you don't have to learn how to not be an a-hole to customer service. Customer service doesn't have to learn how to not be an a-hole back to customers, because you're not going to have customer service anymore. And that's sad, because then there goes your starter jobs as a 16-year-old, your starter job as an 18-year-old if you wait till after high school, your entry-level jobs once you get out of college if you go to college. Like, y'all, listen, as customers shop, they can interact with a number of educational displays. Small educational kiosks are interspersed throughout the store. A welcome center at the front end allows customers to dive deeper into technical specifications and common questions. But the real fun, y'all, the real fun is just inside the data center where the servers are housed. Flanking the plexiglass windows are 2 large displays, one of which encourages participants to move around and learn how technology reacts to body positioning. Y'all, yeah, cool, right? Neat. No, also slightly terrifying, because they're learning your moves. These AI things are learning how you move, specifically how you move. They've got your face, they've got your everything else, they've got your movements. Y'all, I understand how cool this can be. Like those things when we used to go to the mall. One of the malls in Georgia, it used to be called Discover Mills, now it's called Sugarloaf Mills, I believe. They had this little floor thing that you could walk up to, and when you stepped on parts of it, it would like you could like kick a soccer ball. You'd walk up there like you were gonna kick it, and it would move this ball across the floor screen. I don't know how they did it. It was cool. You'd always see little kids jumping all over it, and it was kind of neat. But they've taken that thing to a whole new level according to this. So this says, among the customers who will be absorbing knowledge, IRL's more than 100 associates will be undertaking these retail experiments every day, getting a first-hand view of what's possible for the future. With technology performing mundane tasks like evaluating if shopping carts need to be corralled, associates will be able to spend more time on tasks humans can do best, such as helping customers or adding creative touches to merchandise displays. And you see, they show you, look, we have a person that works here. There's a person that works here. It's not all going to be robots. But I do want to tell you that after this, what has happened is, so they've got this in New York, right? That started in 2019. I do believe that is why a lot of new shelves are being put into these renovated renovations? Yeah, renovated Walmarts. These new meat displays. If you guys know, I put that short on the other channel. Go subscribe to Squirrel Tribe Shorts. I put a short up yesterday about the new freezer sections at Walmart that have doors on them. Don't have a lock yet, but give it time. It'll have a lock or like a thumbprint or like a scan something kind of thing to be able to open that door and get that meat. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. But now they're saying that Walmart has decided that it really wants to make itself a little sleeker, really compete with Target and stores inside malls. They want to move it out of what Walmart's used to looking like and into something new. Bright lights and snazzy mannequins, Walmart rolls out sleek new store designs. This is this week, today. So it says Walmart is bringing a sleeker look to some of its big box stores, including some near New York City. They've remodeled 6 of them so far to look like this. Again, mine here in the Panhandle is being remodeled right now, and I'm curious if once it's done, it's going to look like this. I noticed yesterday walking through Reebok on the shelves in the women's department. And then you've got, Drew Barrymore stuff over in the appliances, the kitchen appliances. And you've got name brand things popping up inside Walmart that you would not expect to see there. And now suddenly Walmart's trying to like bump itself up to a little higher end, a little more money spent inside Walmart. It's